Ric Flair is at it again, y'all. He has WWE fans talking. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what he had to say because Ric Flair, he is a controversial figure here in the wrestling area. All right? Among fans, you either love him or you hate him. But at the end of the day, you know he's a household name. He's one of the GOATs. He is a legendary name, one of the biggest to ever step foot inside of a squared circle, to ever just put his name into the history books. That's what Ric Flair is. But the reality is this, y'all. It's 2024. The man's in his mid-70s. He is not once what he once was. He's not an in-ring performer, nor should he. He's a little unpredictable, right? If you look at every areas of his life, it's a little unpredictable, and so it's kind of tough if you're a promoter to use him, right? Whether it's his alcohol problems, and I hope he gets help for that as someone who's in recovery. And I think you look at the way that he conducts himself in public, whether it be business, whether it be incidents at restaurants, right? You also have the fact that he was just in AEW. And he didn't do anything, right? He really didn't. And you have to look at the fact that what is there for Ric Flair to do in AEW or even in a WWE? Could he be a manager? Sure. Has he ever shown interest in being a manager? Not that we're aware of. Okay. Can he be on a creative team? He doesn't fit in WWE. He doesn't fit in AEW, so no, he can't be in that regard. Okay, could he be a producer? I guess, but does he really want to be that? Probably not. Think about this. If guys go out there and they don't do exactly what he tells them to do, he's going to lose his mind, all right? Like, where does he fit in all of this? Well, he doesn't, and that's the problem. And so when they brought him into AEW, granted, it was under different circumstances, right? His energy drink or the company that license his likeness and imagery from to use on their said product was paying the bill to have Ric Flair show up in AEW and appear on television. Well, that's no longer the case, and Ric Flair is gone. And I understand Booker T recently said on his podcast that he strongly believes that there's a place for Ric Flair in any promotion, including the AEW. I don't know if I buy that or not. All right, now let's get to today's video, because Ric Flair, he was recently on Busted Open Radio and had a lot of things to say, including his world title record. Now look, Randy Orton, he's close to breaking the record for the most world title reigns, currently held by John Cena and Flair at 16. We also have Charlotte Flair. She could break the record, something that her father would like to see. Orton, he's a 14-time world champion. Charlotte, she's a 14-time women's world champion. Now, there's some fans that believe that John Cena could set the new record of 17 when he does his retirement tour from in-ring action in 2025. Now, while speaking on Busted Open Radio, the legendary star said that he would love for his daughter to beat his record. However, should Cena do it before her, he'd have no problem with it. Flair doesn't think that Cena will break it simply because Cena doesn't want to do it, before adding that Orton is also another guy that would be deserving of breaking the record because he's been on top in WWE for so long. Now, there was evidently some confusion about this to the point where Flair had to take to Twitter and set the record straight. And this is what he had to say. There has been too much attention brought to this. Let's just set the record straight for the final time. My choice would obviously be the Queen, Charlotte Flair. I think the world of my friend John Cena, who is an incredible athlete and genuine person. I will be the first to shake his hand and congratulate him if he breaks my record, as I would for anyone who would beat it or break it. When that day comes, it will be an honor. Woo. Okay. I don't know why people were so outraged by what Flair said. I think this was a classic scenario. People saw him say, I wouldn't mind seeing a break my record. I would be honored if he did, and they took it in the wrong way because they didn't have the full context. I think that's what it boils down to. But Uncle Rick needs to calm down. Anyone out there that is outraged by confusion of what he had to say needs to calm down. Everybody go outside and touch grass. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. And we all move on. That would be my advice to you or anyone else out there. But I highly doubt many of you were outraged by his comments. But it certainly got talking of like, do you do Orton? Do you do Cena? Do you do Charlotte? Right? Like, that's reasonable, at least in my opinion.